Okay, what is going on, everybody? And welcome back to another edition of the Juggernaut Show. And tonight I'm here to review WWE NXT Vengeance Day for 2023. So, Vengeance Day was this past Saturday from Charlotte, North Carolina. Yes, it was this past Saturday from North Carolina. And, before we get started with this review, I thought it was a good show. I mean, it wasn't anything like great, like what they were hyping up to be like, oh, this is going to be the greatest NXT premium live event, blah, 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 blah. This is going to be the best show. No, it wasn't really anything like that. But I thought it was a good show nonetheless. I really wasn't going with a whole lot, great high expectations. I just thought, hey, I think it's going to be a good show. Now, before we get started with this review, I want to talk about kind of the pre-show, like not really the pre-show, but I want to talk about like the video package that they have for going into this show. So they had kind of like Charlotte hyping up this show, um, because she is from, I mean, this is the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. So and this is Flair country, so they had Charlotte hyping up the show. It wasn't bad. I thought it was interesting that they had Charlotte doing it. And I could, I go like, wait, yeah, she has been in the NXT before, but yeah, she was like basically talking about each match and stuff, running down like why, how these teams or how people need to win and stuff. And basically try and break it down, introducing everybody and stuff. So, I mean, it was an okay hype up, video package. I never really talk about the intros very much, but I thought it was interesting that they used Charlotte. I bet some people go like, "Why are they using Charlotte? She's overused and stuff." But I thought it was okay for what it was. Um, and also on the pre-show, they announced during the steel cage match that in the main event they announced that Braun Breaker and Grayson Waller, the match can't end by going over the cage or escaping the cage. It had to end. It had to end by pinfall or submission inside the ring. So that's one thing they told on the pre-show. But yeah, let's get started with this review. So here we go. So the first match that kicked off the show was the North American title on the line. We had Wesley defending the title against Dijak or Donovan Dijak or he was a part of Retribution and stuff. We know him as T-Bar on the main roster and stuff. Which I don't know why they ever use him as T-Bar like the main roster. Vince was so stupid for calling him T-Bar on the main roster. But this match here, this was an amazing opener here. I really enjoyed it. Both guys worked really well together. Wesley, he did his normal high flying moves that he does. He's very high flying wrestler. Very, he had to use his quickness and his speed to get away from Dijak a lot during the match. We even saw Dijak doing some pretty nice things this match. He did something big off the top rope, and you go like, man, for a dude that size, how is he doing these? How is he doing these moves? Like I was just very, very in awe seeing Dijak do these moves. Which I remember, the matches that when it was like Black and Gold NXT when they were between Donovan Dijak or Dijakovic, whatever his name was. Him doing matches with Keith Lee. Those are some great matches. So I mean, Dijak can go. He can go with some big dudes. He can go with small. He matches up pretty good with anybody. Yeah, but this wasn't a bad match here. There were some like really nice spots in the match. Like I said, Wesley doing a lot of his high flying. There's one point in the match where Dijak put Wesley like in a chair, and he put and then Dijak put a candlestick in between. So basically, Wesley was trapped. But then you saw two guys out ringside, which it was Tony D'Angelo and Stax. Stax is Tony D'Angelo and Stax there. basically saving Wesley. Because Dijak would have just killed on Wesley if um, Tony D'Angelo didn't come out and save him. So basically, now Wesley has to paying back Tony D'Angelo a favor. But yeah, Wesley, he gets back into the ring. He hits like his flipping like back kick or like Pele type of kick onto Dijak and ends up winning the match. And there's a point in the match where Dijak, I don't know, I think he got kicked in the face or something. He got kicked in the hand. I don't exactly know. But his finger, I don't know how many pictures of it, but his finger got dislocated or broken. Like his finger was like that. Like I don't even know how to do it. Like it was like just like jointed weird. It was bad. So who knows if Dijak's going to have to be out for an extended period of time. I don't know how long it's going to be, but yeah, his finger did not look very good at all. Maybe turn down my brightness here. But yeah, Dijak's finger did not look good. Yeah, so hopefully he gets better quick, because I had a feeling that Dijak was going to be winning the title here because it's a big monster. They're trying to repackage him, make him this monster heel. So like, why not have him win? But instead, maybe since what he did with his finger, maybe that they decided to change the plans there, or I don't exactly know. But yeah, Wesley is still the champion, and maybe moving forward we get Wesley and Tony D'Angelo because, like I said, he still owes him a favor. And it doesn't maybe it doesn't look like Dijak and the Tony D'Angelo feud is over. Maybe they might do something. They might. Well, who knows how long Dijak's gonna be out, but maybe they do something at before like stand and deliver, and to see who the number one contender will be. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll just see. It'd probably be Tony D'Angelo though, in my opinion. But yeah, solid opener. This was the best match of the night, like hands down, best match of the night here. But yeah, we move on to the next match though, which was the NXT Women's Championship match. We had Kaden Carter and Katana Chance defending the titles against Fallon Henley and what's her name? Her name is slipping my mind. I'm gonna have to look her name up because I cannot think of it to save my life. Oh man, what is her name right now? Give me 1 second. I need to look her up because I do not know her name right now. So Fallon Henley and wow, how's her name blank in my mind? Jay Prince. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna look her up. I know who she is. Like her name's on tip of my tongue. It is Kiana James. Sorry, I don't know how I even forgot her name. Kiana James. So, and she's an Iowa girl, but like, yeah, I just completely forgot her name. That's how much I care about this team. But yeah, I mean, this was an okay match. I mean, this match was kind of a disappointment in my opinion. I mean, we had some offensive moves from Fallon Henley and Kiana James. Well, during the match, Kiana James, she was doing some like illegal type of stuff in this match. Like what the ref had their back turned, and Fallon Henley, really didn't like that. She doesn't like that Kiana James is doing this cheating. But you know what? Booker T says if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So that's a little something there. But yeah, I mean, every time Fallon Henley and Kiana James try to get advantage, Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, they just kept coming back. Kept doing their big moves and stuff. And then finally, towards the end of the match, it looks like Kaden Carter and Katana Chance are about to retain titles. Looks like Katana Chance was about to hit this big move off the top rope. But Kiana James comes out, or comes over to the other side and throws Chance off the ropes. And then Fallon Henley ends up like doing like a Okada roll or no victory roll. And Kiana James holds the legs down of Cade and Carter. And Fallon Henley didn't know anything of this. Didn't know that Cade and Carter's legs were held down. So once Fallon Henley sees that, she probably is going to be a little upset with Kiana James, which I don't think that they're going to hold the titles very long, in my opinion. I just don't. I see them maybe being transitional champions. Maybe, this whole love triangle, love square, whatever is going on with this stuff, with, I can't remember the country boy. His name has slipped my mind as well. Brooks Jensen? Yeah, Brooks Jensen. Yeah. Maybe, he might get his heart broken. I don't know the whole stuff with this. And also, they announced, on commentary that Katana Chance and Kaden Carter were the longest reigning, NXT Tag Team Champions. Or the longest reigning Tag Team Champions of like even the main roster Tag Team Champions. Which, to be honest, I don't even know who the women's Tag Team Champions are on the main roster. If someone wants to go down in the comments, let me know. But I have no idea who they are. Like, to be honest, what they should do, they should get rid of these titles here and just use the WWE women's tag team titles and have them go from Raw to SmackDown to NXT. Have them go float over all 3 shows. That's what I would do in my opinion. And I'm not the only one who thinks that. Like there's a lot of other people that think that. But yeah, this match was kind of disappointment. A really short match. I mean, it was okay for what it was, but like, yeah, it's not that great. And then the next match we had was the 2 out of 3 falls match. We had Apollo Crews going up against Carmelo Hayes. This was a good match. Now, I thought this was going to be match and night, because they got like 2 great athletes, 2 great stars, who can pull out some great matches. We see some great stuff from Carmelo Hayes in the past. We've seen some great stuff from Apollo Crews. But this was nowhere on the level that I expected this match to be. Like this, I don't know what was going on in this match. I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm saying this a lot during the show. The show was good, but it wasn't anything like spectacular, anything great. Oh, this is kind of a weird show. The first fall ended up going to Carmelo Hayes. He ended up doing crossface? Yeah. So Apollo Crews taps out to that. I'm like, oh, So now Apollo Crews is going to have to get the second victory. But no, we like later on it ended up in the match where we had his formerly known as Commander Aziz, but we had Dabakato. He came out. He gave Apollo Crews, a high five and a fist bump and stuff. And then Apollo Crews, he was just so distracted, and Carmelo Hayes hits his big leg drop off the top rope for the 1, 2, 3. So Carmelo Hayes got a clean sweep here. I wasn't expecting it to go down that way, to be like a clean sweep. This match kind of dragged on a little bit. How long did this match end up going? Let me look. Oh, I'm gonna look really quick. I'm gonna look. Hold on, give me a sec. This match ended up going 23 minutes. So yeah, this match kind of dragged on a lot. Like a whole bunch of false finishes. But I mean, they were doing some pretty decent stuff in this match, but I don't know. I felt like they didn't have all that chemistry there, or like they were trying to do a little too much. I just don't know. I expect this match to be on a higher level, but it really wasn't there. I mean, it was good for what it was, but it wasn't anything spectacular like I was expecting. I have really high hopes for this match and kind of fell short. But yeah, Carmelo Hayes ended up winning, and this wasn't the last time we were going to see Carmelo Hayes throughout the night. So we'll talk about that when we get to that. But yeah, okay match. And then the next match we had was the NXT Tag Team Championship match in the Fatal 4-Way. So we had a New Day defend titles against Gallus and against Chase U and against Pretty Deadly. Yes, boys. Um, this was a spot fest. Um, now this is Andre Chase's, like hometown. He's from Charlotte, North Carolina. I like saying North Carolina, but he's from North Carolina. So the crowd was mostly, was definitely behind, Chase U and Andre Chase. They wanted to see them win, which I wouldn't mind seeing Chase U win. They are so over right now. When the biggest pops of the night, when they're doing the whole when Andre Chase is doing the kicks, when they're spilling out Chase U, whole arena was going crazy for it. They were going nuts. But yeah, I mean, Andre Chase, he was definitely a star in this match. He stood out a lot, hitting a lot of big moves, coming in, doing the big hot tags and stuff, taking out a lot of people. Andre Chase is definitely a star in this match. I mean, it's not, bigger than the New Day because the New Day, they're most known here. But this was your typical multi-man tag team match, where you have a lot of big spots, like where you have a whole bunch of guys waiting outside and then they get dived on. And then we even saw some table spots where I think Gallus put one of the members of Pretty Deadly through a table on the outside of the ring. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah. It was one of the members of Pretty Deadly. And I really wasn't expecting new champions to be crowned here. I thought the only reason why Chase U was in this match to take the pinfalls, but no. Gallus boys ended up winning the match. They ended up hitting the finisher, which I don't exactly know what it's called. It's like kind of like a power slam type of move, like double team power slam. I don't exactly know what it's called, but they hit it onto Xavier Woods and ended up getting the 1-2-3. So your new NXT Tag Team Champions, is Gallus. So, I mean, it was a great match. Probably, this was a really fun match. Like I said, it is this typical spots match, typical fuckery. That's what I like to call it. It's typical fuckery. There we go. That's a good way to word this. But no, I mean, it was all for what it was. It was good. And where does the New Day go after this? I have no idea. Are they going to go straight back up to the main roster? I would assume that, but I wouldn't mind seeing them stay down in NXT a little longer. I really wouldn't mind that. Helping out some of these younger teams. They don't have to go back up to Raw and SmackDown right away. But I mean, it does help them out going back up to Raw and SmackDown because it's more teams to feud with up there. So yeah, but it was definitely a fun match. Like I said, a whole big spot fest. I don't want to go through all the spots, but it was good. And then the next match we had was the NXT Women's Championship match in the triple threat. We had Roxanne Perez defending the title against JC Jane and Gigi Dolan, or like they call her, Cheeks Dolan. Yeah, this match here. This match was how I was expecting it to go down. A lot. This basically was a handicap to start the match. JC Jane and Gigi Dolan. They were trying to take out Roxanne Perez. Until there was one point where I think it was JC Jane. She did like a rolling senton, or she did like a diving senton off the ring apron, hit Gigi Dolan, and then they started kind of going at it. Like, why did you hit me? Blah blah blah. Like, you shouldn't be hitting me and stuff. And like, what are you doing? And everything started breaking down for Gigi and JC. And also, Gigi, she was looking fine in this match. Like, I'm a big fan of Gigi. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing her as NXT Women's Champion someday. I actually wouldn't mind it. But to be honest, I think JC Jane, she's a little more polished in the ring. In my personal opinion, she's a little more polished in the ring. She just looked a little better. Like, she knew what she was doing a little bit more in there with Roxanne Perez. Like, here's JC and here's GG. There's this a little. GG is just a little bit under JC. Yeah, but Roxanne Perez, she ended up overcoming the odds and she hit like a big avalanche pop rocks off the top rope onto JC Jane and getting the 1, 2, 3. So still the NXT Women's Champion, Roxanne Perez. And I bet this makes Booker T feel so happy, like that, at the age of 16, her getting trained and stuff, and her, making it to WWE. I bet Booker T is so happy, but he's trying to be impartial. He's trying to, kind of favorable more towards like Toxic Attraction. Deep down inside, Booker T is so happy because he's, when she went through Booker T school, and she's the NXT Women's Champion. This probably makes Booker T feel really happy. But hey, so it's definitely, it's all match here, basically how I expected it to be. Nothing fantastic, but it was good. Like I said, a lot of the show it was just good. But yeah, we will move on to the main event though, which we have was a steel cage match for the NXT Championship. We have Braun Breaker defending the title against Grayson Waller. Now, so on the pre-show they announced that hey, the match can only end by submission or pinfall. You can't win by escaping the cage, which this kind of helped out more towards the match because I mean there were some points where Grayson Waller he wanted to escape, but he forgot that he couldn't. Grayson Waller he was doing some his normal stuff in this match. They're making Braun Breaker basically look like a beast in this match. There was this one big spot where Grayson Waller he was trying to go. He went up to the top of the cage, and Braun Breaker ended up suplexing him from off the top. Excuse me. So that was a really nice spot in the match. And also there was one point where Braun Breaker he had a big spear, and Vic Joseph he's like, why isn't he pinning him? Why isn't he pinning him? And then Braun Breaker basically grabbed Grayson Waller by the hair and like face, and basically said, "Hey, who do you think you are?" He says, "This is my NXT. This is my playground. You don't run this place. You just basically call him a punk and stuff. You don't run this place. This is my NXT. I'm the champion here." And basically, kind of let him stand up again, and then Braun Breaker hit another spear to get to 1, 2, 3 and steal the NXT champion, Braun Breaker. And there's a lot of people that wanted Grayson Waller to win. This kind of makes Braun Breaker, I wouldn't mind seeing Braun Breaker turn heel sometime because he's just becoming like his getting so cocky and stuff, getting so arrogant, and like he's saying this is his NXT. Basically nobody could beat him. I mean, Braun Breaker has beaten basically everybody at this point. So does this help, Braun Breaker getting the win here? Yeah, short term it does, but long term, I don't really see this, helping out Braun Breaker that much. But yeah, Braun Breaker ended up winning the match. And then after the match, Braun Breaker was celebrating on top of the cage, and then we had Carmelo Hayes come out, basically pointing at, Braun Breaker that he got next. He wants that NXT championship. So it looks like we're going to be getting Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes at NXT Stand and Deliver for the NXT Championship. And that's what I was kind of hinting at, towards my predictions. Like whoever won the 2 out 3 falls match was maybe going to be being number 1 contender for the NXT Championship at Stand Deliver. So maybe that they hype this up until Stand Deliver, which Stand Deliver is going to be on the first night of WrestleMania, so April 1st. Yeah, April 1st, I believe. But yeah, I mean, Braun Breaker retained, and I thought it was a solid match. Wasn't Braun Breaker's best match by a long shot, but hey, I mean, Grayson Waller, he's been really improving. His time is going to be definitely coming for the NXT Championship. I believe it's going to be coming because he definitely is a star. You know what? I wouldn't mind seeing the Miz and Grayson Waller actually doing some work because they're both like kind of reality stars and stuff. So I wouldn't mind seeing that, really, being my tag team partners. But yeah, I mean, it's just a solid match, nothing great. I guess had a lot of the show. That's what a lot of the show was. So yeah, that was my WWE NXT Vengeance Day 2023 review. Overall, it was just like I said, it was a good show. Nothing spectacular, nothing great. Um, the best match of the night, definitely. If you guys go back, if you guys haven't watched the show, definitely check out the opener between Wesley and Dijak. Definitely check out that match. You can really skip over the NXT Women's Champion, NXT Women's Tag Team match. That match really wasn't anything to watch. The Carmelo Hayes and Apollo Crews match was just kind of disappointing. Like I was expecting a lot more in that match, and I didn't really get that. The Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match that for the NXT Tag Team titles, that was a fun match. Definitely check out that. Roxanne Perez, the triple threat match. That match was fun, and yeah, it was just a solid, good show. Nothing great. So go down, go down in the chat, go down in the comments, tell me what you thought of the show if you watched it. I don't know. They just shouldn't have been hyping up the show, like, oh, this is gonna be the best NXT. This is gonna be the best NXT premium live pay per view of all times, because it definitely was not that. They hyped it up way too much for being that. But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see where they go from here. With where they go with like NXT on their weekly show, and see where we head for Stand and Deliver, which is like I said, will be coming up April 1st, which that's their next pay per view. So if this is the first time ever checking out my channel, hit that subscribe button. That really help me out a lot. Also, hit the like button, because the more likes I get, the more my videos are in the algorithm. So definitely, hit the like button. Also, go down in the comments and live chat below. Or go down in the comments. Tell me what videos that you guys want to see coming up, because definitely I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on what type of videos I should do. Also, don't forget to turn on the notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video, so you don't have to wonder, oh, when is Juggernaut making a video? Well, you know when I'm making a video, because you guys have all my notifications. So definitely do that. As well as subscribe, and also follow me on all my social media platforms. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the True JSB. You can see my Twitter handle right down there, and that's from my Instagram as well. Which all my links for all my social media platforms are down in the description. In the description below, excuse me. So definitely do that. And go subscribe to Kickin It with Leo, the Flex Zone podcast, Instant Classic Wrestling podcast, the T.A.G podcast. Go subscribe to all those channels down in the description below. So those are definitely solid channels to follow. But yeah, I mean, some videos that are coming up for you guys are, I'm going to be doing a watch along this Thursday for Elimination Chamber 2014. Me and Leo are going to be doing that, so stay tuned for that on Thursday. As well as I got a retro review to do for you guys. We'll be reviewing Elimination Chamber from 2013, so stay tuned for that. I'll be doing that. Maybe tomorrow I might have that review up. I guess we'll just see when I want to bring that out. So stay tuned for that. As well as, I'm going to be bringing more retro reviews. Eventually, I'm going to start doing some movie reviews on my channel, because I just want to, kind of switch it up on my channel, do some different things. So stay tuned for that. Also, we got the Super Bowl this Sunday. I'm excited. Hopefully, my Chiefs win. I'm predicting them win. That's my prediction. I'm predicting the Chiefs to win. I'm very biased here. Hopefully, they beat the Eagles. I think it's going to be a very close game. I think it might be a 2-score game. I say the Chiefs win by at least 10 points. And no, I'll say they win by at least 7. Okay, the Chiefs win by at least 7. There we go. That's my prediction there. The Chiefs are going to win by 7 points. I don't know if it's going to be. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think it's going to be that. But yeah, that was my NXT Vengeance Day 2023 review. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, turn on notifications, and this is it for Juggernaut 097, and I'll see you guys in my next video. So peace out. Catch you guys later.